I want to move on to this game I like to play with my guests. It's called Choose Between Two. So I'm going to give you an option between two things. You're going to choose one, and you're just going to abbreviate on it. Are you ready to play?
Sure.
All right, let's start off. Stage or screen?
Screen.
Ah, that was pretty
Um,
quick.
Screen, no doubt. And you want me to elaborate on it a little?
Please, please.
Yeah, screen. So for me, what I have discovered with film, and I discovered this about, as I said, 2.5 decades in of doing theater, is that film is the greatest art form simply because it combines all the other arts. It starts with writing, and that moves to directing, acting, projection, cinematography, hair, makeup, music, score, composition. It all comes together, and then back then, in its purest form, you would go to an empty theater home. The cinema would fill. You'd be sitting in darkness with hundreds of people you don't know, all experiencing it live at the same time. All of those art forms combined. And that film, that project has a chance to transport and influence millions. Now, with the streaming world today, we do still get that, but that's where I feel stage for me became boring and limited.
Very interesting. Next one. Al Pacino or Robert De Niro?
Al Pacino.
Yeah, me too.
Um, yes, if you take just 5 films early in his career, The Two Godfathers and Justice for All, Dog Day Afternoon, and Serpico, he could have stopped right there and had a career like John Casal did, which meant he only did great projects. Um, but I had the honor and pleasure of meeting him twice because his best friend directed me. He came to see me in a play, was very complimentary of my work, which I just like I thought I was gonna die because at that point I'd been pursuing it for so long. And it was confirmation to me that maybe this is something I was meant to do. But also simply because Al always goes back to the stage
Hmm.
and continued to go back to the stage. He never forgot his roots. Um, and you know, they're both incredibly talented, but I always gravitated towards Al, especially early Al, and especially on stage Al.
Yeah, he's a like I'm just like I said, my I always liked films when I was a kid. I was watching action films and such, but it was when I watched Serpico. It was on late on TV here in Australia in Sydney. I was like 18, 19. And that just changed everything because when I watched that, I was like, oh, I want to watch more of this guy. And when I watched his movies, then I watched more Coppola. And then Coppola's like, oh, who's De Niro? And then De Niro's Scorsese and Scorsese. Then it just kind of just opened up this world, and here I am, like,
Yes,
how many years later? And
it's an exciting.
yeah, all I went to Serpico, 100%.
Yeah, no, I will go back and watch so many movies of the yesteryear. I just recently put on Night Moves with the late Gene Hackman
I
passing,
just
who I
watched
think
that
is
last
possibly,
week. I just watched that
oh,
last week. Yeah.
how great a film, how great a film. But uh, here's what I wanted to say is I think you are lucky with where you are now because a lot of you mentioned crime and noir, which has been my favorite genre since childhood. The films that Ivan Sen and David Michôd are making are phenomenal.
Hmm.
When you go back and watch The Rover or Mystery Road, I mean, a lot of great content coming out of Australia.
Oh yeah, I agree, and there's great filmmakers here as well. And those two directors, Ivan especially, um, he had a movie that came out last year called Tumula, which was I think it was a black and white film shot in Cooper Pedy, starred Simon Baker. I don't know if you ever got a chance to see that. I'm pretty sure it was called
I know
Tumula. I
what
got to
it is.
double
I
check
have
that.
not had a chance to see it. Did you like it?
Oh, I loved it, and I got a chance to talk to both Ivan. I've talked to Ivan a couple of times, Ivan and Simon, about the movie. It's a fantastic kind of like outback film noir, but shot in black and white. I don't know if ever heard of Cooper Pedy in Australia. It's kind of like almost kind of like looks like Martian territory, like in the outback though, and like there's like homes are inside caves and stuff like this. It's a fantastic, just interesting place. A great place to set a noir, Australian noir, that's for sure. Um,
Oh no, those films are. I should put you together with. Have you interviewed Alex Russell before?
Alex Russell, the actor.
Yes.
I think once he had a movie years ago called Wasted on the Young. Um,
Okay.
Years and but I'm talking like 2011, 2013, like years ago. I think I interviewed him back then, but I'm not 100%.
He was in he was in the he was in the movie that I think it's Sen that did right before. No, yeah, it's Ivan Sen right before he did Mystery Road. It was an incredible Australian film that Alex was in that
Oh,
he
was it
did.
not Goldstone?
That's it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
great film. Those films,
Yeah,
like I think,
he's
yeah.
fantastic. I
Mm,
worked with him. We did a noir film here in Los Angeles a few years ago called Blood in the Water with Willa Holland, who's Brian De Palma's stepdaughter.
hmm
And I loved working with Russell. And then with Alex, Alex then became a series regular for 1 or 2 seasons on SWAT, which I just worked on. And they just got canceled. They're trying to get it placed for season 9. But I always loved his work. I feel like that there's a lot of great stuff ahead of Alex's career. And it's been great to see Guy Pearce getting his due. He's just tremendous. I love his work.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Australia represent absolutely. Um, Next one, New York or Los Angeles?
Ooh. I have to pick one.
Yeah.
Okay, if it was the 90s, I would say New York. If it's now, I'd have to say Los Angeles because my daughter was born here
hmm
just over 18 years ago. We moved out here. It's been very kind to my career, my life. I'm I'm pretty heavily involved with my church and ministry here and life group. The climate is great. It reminds me a lot of Cape Town. There's a lot of things about Los Angeles that have made it very difficult to live in, especially as homeowners the last few years.
Mm.
But if I could combine New York's people and culture with Los Angeles's climate and canyons, um, I would take the best of both worlds, both great cities.
Last one. You're at the cinema. You sit down in your seat. What's your snack of choice? Popcorn or candy?
Probably popcorn.
Do you like just like good butter, salt, nothing else, or do you go for different varieties?
I used to like it. There was a certain brand that they would make here in the movie theaters that was dry. It didn't have a lot of butter on it. It was phenomenal. For some reason, I don't know if they changed brands. They don't make it anymore. But I used to like chocolate more. They used to have snow caps. They're hard to find now. They were these little like chocolate. I can't remember what they're called, like petite pearls or something, with little white like sprinkles on them. But no, I prefer probably popcorn.
Thank you for watching the Matt's Movie Reviews channel. Please subscribe for more reviews, podcast interviews, and exclusive content.